welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Adverse. So this is a movie about a rideshare driver whose sister owes money to the, I want to say, mob or dangerous crime syndicate, as it says on IMDb. So I guess he's got to do something to save her. But here's the interesting 4.6 on IMDb. 3,000 people have rated it so far. I just heard of this movie. Thomas Ian Nicholas. Thomas Ian Nicholas. American Pie, if you remember that. Mickey Rourke from just about everything. Lou Diamond Phillips and Sean Astin. So, you know, some interesting people in it. But again, 4.6, low expectations. It is an hour and 34 minutes long. I'll get into it, find out what it's about, give you a better idea, let you know if it's worth watching. Stick around. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Adverse. We're at the 49-minute, 52-second mark. So, over halfway through, I guess. But it's interesting. In a not-so-positive way, I'll say. Not that I don't like it. Let me just talk freely, if you don't mind. So, our main actor, Thomas Ian Nicholas. So it's interesting. He seems to want to talk like he has an accent at times, but he doesn't. But he's our rideshare driver, who Sean Astin is his boss. Very minimal piece to the whole story is that right there. But anyway, he is raising his 16-year-old sister. Their parents have passed away, and he's raising them. And of course, she's a troubled kid. He seems like he was in trouble in the past, but he's trying to keep her out of foster care. But she gets herself involved with a bad boyfriend, a little bit of drugs, and the debt that we had talked about. So he's trying to get her on a straight and narrow. Mickey Rourke is like the big drug lord kingpin kind of guy. Matt Ryan is also in it. Matt Ryan is from like Legends, DC Legends, the TV show. I think he was Constantine. You'll know who I mean when you see him. So he's like the second in command, I think. Not 100% clear, but they seem to be at odds. Him and Mickey Rourke don't seem to be playing nice in the sandbox, but they work for each other. And then there's this real low-level guy, the guy who's like the debt collector, and that's who she was involved with her money and her boyfriend. Whatever, it's not that complicated. I might make it sound complicated, but as you can imagine, she gets herself in trouble. And so Big Bro's got to come in and help. Right? So, I'll be honest, I like him. It's hard to see him in this tough guy, like, role. You know what I mean? He's like, he's trying to, again, protect his sister, whatever, and he's being tough. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't work for me. So there's pieces like that when I see it that's, it also seems like it's the dialogue for a lot of scenes just feels off to me. I mean, I get what they're saying and it goes along with the scene, but it doesn't hit you like it should. So I don't know if it's poorly written or poorly shot. I just have a hard time with that. The story in and of itself is okay. It just seems like there's something not connecting all the dots, whether it's him acting as a tough guy or the words that they gave them all to say in these different scenes. I don't know. So I'm gonna get back to it here a little bit, see if it improves. But so far, I don't know. I think you got enough detail. You know what the story's about, and that's the main purpose of the first check-in. So you know who's who and what's going on. I'll wait till the end here to give my final thoughts. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. But all right, that's it. I'll be back in a little bit. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Adverse, and didn't get much better for me. In fact, I think after speaking with all of you, I started to be more in tune and watching the movie for purposes that I shouldn't be. I'll give you an example here. Right at the final scene, our main character, Thomas Nichols, is talking to Lou Diamond Phillips. So Lou Diamond Phillips is, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, he's some sort of counselor to him, almost like a parole officer or something like that. A very small role. But like, and you've seen this interaction between the two of them before, and like Lou Diamond Phillips has an office, and the door is behind him. So like if anybody, like for Ian to leave, he has to get up and walk around him and go out that door. Like, it might not sound odd, but when you see it, it's like, wait, what? Normally the door is in front of your, your desk. You see people come in, maybe on the side, but never behind you. Just take the desk and turn it around. It was just odd. But it's like things like that I'm picking out. There's a, so, again, Ian Thomas, his character, Ethan was his character's name, is, out trying to, he becomes a tough guy, with this drug cartel, I'll call it, run by Mickey Rourke. Now, somehow, I don't want to, spoiler alert, I don't think it's a spoiler alert, but he gains the trust of Mickey Rourke. It kind of says he infiltrates them in IMDb or something like that. So, he gains Mickey Rourke's trust to become the driver, right? But when you watch the movie, it's like he didn't gain the trust by doing all these different things. He just happened to be in, I don't know, the wrong place at the right time kind of thing. And you'll see what I mean. It's just like, oh, okay, now you can be my driver. And so much that they go for coffee, and the conversation between the two of them is like absurd. Like you've seen other people, I'll say, infiltrate again into certain, whatever it is, into drug cartels or something like that, and earn the trust over time and be confident of the, whatever the person is. This was like, he just met him 5 minutes ago, and now they're best friends. When you see this whole coffee scene, I actually had to type it up, and it comes to the point where he asks him, how did you get into this? He asks Mickey Rourke, like, okay, how did you get into this whole business? And his answer is absurd. I mean, it didn't make any sense. It's not like, and that's how I became a drug lord. It's like, no. I mean, it starts off like, oh, let's see where this goes. And it's just like, no, okay, I just did kind of thing. So watch it for that. That's, ridiculous. And then, everything that he does, I have to say this too, there's a scene, the warehouse scene. Okay? So a lot of these, part of the drug cartel is holed up in this warehouse. I'm going to say anywhere from 10 to 15 of them. Well, they all just happen to be in empty rooms by themselves. You'll see what I mean when you watch that. So, and of course he becomes Jean-Claude Van Damme with a tire iron. So, there you have it. They really do try hard to make it a good film. There's I don't want to say soundtrack, but like there's music. There's very emotional music to the scenes. There's flashback moments to make you, but it doesn't all click. You know what I mean? Like it's I see what they did, and it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Flashback, oh, get you connected. There's this music like, ooh, hyping you up for this piece of it. It's all kind of there. There's conversations and different things like that they seem like they try and put all the pieces there for it to become a good film. But for some reason, it doesn't work. And if you watch it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, I think. Because it just, I don't know, for me, anyway. Again, I don't know if it was just there's something, besides our main character. There's something else there that really just doesn't, I don't know. It's all there, it just doesn't work. I don't know. I can't say it any differently without doing any other spoilers. So, that's all I got for you, There's other things, like the things that I had mentioned throughout this film. I don't want to spoil them all for you because that'll be fun for you. So if you do go ahead and watch this, check it out. Let me know your thoughts. See if you pick out anything else that's very similar to some of the situations that I had mentioned. Love to hear your thoughts on it. There's so many. I could keep going and going, and I don't want to do that. So, not a very low rating for me on this one. I get it now why it's low. There's a lot there. It's all there kind of thing. It's just, it's not even like, oh, they mess up the ending or the plot had holes. I mean, it's just, you know what I mean. Check it out. I can't say any more. I apologize. Hopefully you do, and leave me some comments. Sorry, I'd like to talk more, but I don't want to spoil it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.